that it got there very late. We have not really seen a situation whereby we have a long queue because in most of the polling units that we visited in Benin, over 50 since morning, we have never seen a very long queue. So there is no relatively queue anywhere. What we observe is that people have voted. Some are just around the corridor and they were just watching for the time of the counting to start. So the voter party is a major issue, not even the lateness of INEC. Yes, we hope that INEC would have been able to come earlier before now, but there is no much people on the queue, and the election is more or less like any moment from now, counting will start in some and majority of the polling units. So, but we just appeal to the INEC and the security agencies as well to also be very watchful and to fortify their machinery this time around, because this is the time that we are expecting some of the people who have been watching over the election to come and do their negative stuff. But we hope that with the level of security and preparedness of all the security agencies, with the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, Civil Defense, virtually all the security agencies in Nigeria are all over the environment. So we don't expect that anybody should foment trouble. And we also expect that we should be able to allow the votes of the people to count, and the people should be able to see that at the end of the day, their vote counts.
About negative stuff, our correspondent and one of the observer at the scene there, they told us that they saw incidents of vote buying taking place. Is that the same scenario playing out at your hand?
As we are here rightly, we are even at the situation room. We just came to observe what is going on so that we can also update ourselves with some of the stuff that is going on. We have a lot of us who are here and we are moving out again. We only took a break. So far, so good. We have not witnessed any issue of vote buying. Yes, there are some cars stayed very far from the polling units, which we suspect to have been a car of personalities, maybe all these big wigs, the political actors. But, you know, you cannot understand what is going on there. What we observe is that some people, after they did their votes, they were walking through towards the car, but the car is relatively very far from the polling unit, possibly like a 10-meter away. So maybe that's the strategics of the vote buying, but we have not been able to cut anybody like saying transactions of physical cash. So we don't really can assume that there is a vote buying, but we observe some few strategic cars very far from polling units, relatively cheap, that people go to consult before and after the voting. And we saw that security is very watchful. We are everywhere observing all this strategy, but relatively the vote buying that we normally witness in the past, whereby people will be giving money to go and show their ballot box, that does not happen this time around. So we are just being very much vigilant to know precisely the techniques that have been deployed. But as we have now, we can confirm to you that there is no physical vote buying. We never witnessed any exchange of cash in all the polling units that we have visited. And we are also waiting for report from other local governments, because we have all our men all over the 18 local governments as we speak.
So much for bringing us up to date on things that you've observed over there for the election. Thank you so much.
Very much. Thank you.
And that was Ambassador Blessing Akinlosoto, head of International Observer for the Edo State governorship election. So from his end, it seems it is not. It seems that it is taking place, but it can't say for sure 100%. Pardon me. That is what is taking place there. But what do you think? Do you think that insinuation? Do you think it is founded and it's something that the police there should have investigated?
Absolutely. Why should the car be there? Why should those cars be there? If you bring, how did a car get to a polling booth when they say you can't come out, you just vote around your house, and you drove there and then they stayed there after voting? What is the car doing? What are the cars doing there? Those are the reasons, and they said the people will go there before they come to vote. So what else can be going on there? You see, vote buying, you see, everybody gets sophisticated along the line in this activity that they get involved in. They will not stand and then begin to give you like this as if you are giving bread. They will stay somewhere and then the guy sits in the car. If they now go to meeting, they say, I'm in my car. But the question is, how did the car get there? What is the car still doing there? Why do people go there to before they vote? To do what? To consult an oracle or what? I mean, these are clear evidence of vote buying. So let's not be very funny about the description of it, or because we don't see the man giving the money. What's the car doing?
Okay, so could we say that the security agents do not really seem bothered about catching this suspect? Because if the person is suspected, it is their job to find out, to investigate, to do, maybe even if it is to go undercover, like Barrister Asia said before he left. So, do you think that perhaps it's just that the security agencies are more concerned about not getting the people there being safe and they not getting attacked, rather than really focusing on apprehending the suspects?
You see, I think everybody is trying to save their own skin. If he goes there and he finds a senator sitting in there, what does he want to do? If he finds somebody from the governor's office sitting there, what does he want to do? A corporal, he wants to arrest him. He can't. Even let's assume that there is a party thug or someone say a party Patrick sitting in the car and he arrests him and he takes it to where? Who is he going to hand him over to? The system is just overwhelmed by corruption. And so the man says to himself, at least there's no crook that has come to carry the ballot box. This is what I want to stay with. And the man is not giving money in my very presence. If he goes to the man's car, the man says he's just sitting down there. But the question is, what is the car doing there? Why did the car have to be there? I mean, those are salient questions, but we have a system in which we make it difficult for them. If he arrests him and he takes him, what happens to him? Later, what happens to him when the man says, you arrested me, this and that? What does he want to do? Does he want to drag him out of his car? You know, we make things difficult for some of this. And the man is a policeman, is a corporal. How much does he earn? He doesn't want to lose his job. And then he sits down there and he says, why bother myself? So this is extremely systemic. And we know it's like when we were kids, you want to cut stubborn grass. If you cut it on the head, at the top, it grows because the root is still there. That is what we have. We have a situation that if we're not careful, it becomes to a level that is overwhelming. You don't know how to deal with it. That is where we are. You then say to yourself, you know, when you say vicious cycle, you then ask yourself, where exactly do you break the cycle? It's so difficult. Now it's so difficult. It's seemingly so that what do we do? So everybody is overwhelmed and then we are succumbing to all kinds of atrocities. And then we say, last, something will give. And that's where we are at.
Definitely. So in Nigeria, we try to be like the Western countries. That is, we try to be inclusive. So, but when it comes to this issue of politics, we know that they're trying to get more women to participate in politics and things like that. But for this election of all the political parties contesting, we had just one party that had a woman as the candidate for the party. So does this mean that maybe Nigeria is not even ready for the topic of equality, or it's just that there's still some things that is not making some women have interest or want to partake in politics?
You know, there are a lot of factors that I think is responsible. And what do I mean by that? When you tell somebody to pay so much to get, so where does she get the money from? And how many people can give women money to run? How many people, even within society, sees a woman politician as a regular woman? They don't count her as one of those people who run around men. That's why she's in politics. Our culture, our attitude is not only in Nigeria. Even in America, people, if not because of the way it is now, why did Clinton not win? The same chauvinism is there. A woman become an American president, But now they're in a divide. They don't know what to do because of the opponents, so they really probably don't have a choice. So it's like everywhere, but the participation must be encouraged. I'm not saying I don't believe in tokenism. Oh, because you're a woman, don't pay 20 million, pay 10 million. That's not what we must give equal room. You know, I said it at the beginning. The way our political parties are, they are not parties, believe me. They are mere political contraptions. People just bring money, set up the place, and then begin to bring people in. So how do you dislodge the man who puts the money down? He runs the party. He becomes the party leader and he does anything he likes, and they produce people that will run the... Unless we get to a situation where equal joiner and equal member and everything, we pay your dues, and people can be encouraged to be. There are good women in this country who can, but who will vote for a good woman? Who will? Even a good man, you can't get, if politician car runs, they can't win any election. You know, that's the kind of system we run. A system that has no basis on value, that's not premised on values, on character, on things that are edifying. To be a politician in Nigeria is just to be like a rascal. And then so you will see that they will edge out the clean ones, the people that who can do stuff. They will edge them out, and then some of them will tell, oh, let many of us join. How can many of us join? Join which party? That's the challenge. I remember when Chief Bola Ige was talking to some of us in Ibadan in those days, young people were with him, and he said, oh, you people should join. So I asked him, which party do you want me to join? A party that does not even believe in you, that edged you out, and then so what am I going to do there? What can, let me give let's say for example APC. What can 1,000 good people like Mamura, like Shiba do? There's nothing, because the power does not belong to them. The power belongs to the people who put down the money and who articulate the policies and how it runs. That's why you see godfatherism. And so, which woman will now get a godfather for her to run? You know, the system is so skewed against women, and again, the kind of society we run is patriarchal. It's men, 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 men. So, it's a great challenge. But women themselves must rise up to break down this barrier and then begin to do something. I don't know how long it's going to take us. I don't know. Sometimes it's getting frustrating for me. It is.
No, definitely. But one of these days, we all hope that we will get things right in Nigeria. So this is where we'll be rounding off this particular segment. But don't worry, we're still coming back. Do join us at 2:30 p.m. So we will be having our conclusion of today's analysis for Election Watch. If you're just joining us, don't worry. You can still catch up with the discussion on our social media channels. You can catch up with us on our YouTube channel at Galaxy TV News and on Facebook at Galaxy Television. We are streaming live on both of these platforms. So please do stay with us as we take this break, and then you will have us grazing your screen again by 2:30 p.m. Do stay with us.